Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Meredith, and today we're discussing the 4 types of journals that I keep as a writer in order to keep my mind sharp, keep my brain open to new ideas, and to help me notice the things in the world that I want to write about. Something you may not know about me is that I am a journaler. These are the journals that I have written in the past since I think 2009. Yeah, there's like 13 of them. I don't really read them back, but I'm really glad that I've kept them, and I know that in the moment they really helped me to think through what I was doing and thinking. And so this is my collection of journals, ever growing, and I want to show you a little bit about how I journal and what I journal as a writer. The first type of journal is the everywhere journal. Mine looks like this. Yours could look like absolutely anything. It could look like a big spiral bound notebook. It could look like a leather bound journal. But mine looks like this. It's really small, so I can fit it in any of my purses or my backpacks or whatever. And basically, I take this with me anywhere that I go. On any adventures, on the subway, on the train, in the car. I take this on nature walks. I take this to family parties in case I get bored. And I take this everywhere with me so that I can write down anything that comes to mind. Sometimes I'm like writing down thoughts about my budget. Sometimes it's a grocery list. Sometimes it is lyrics to a song that I feel like are resonating with me right now. But a lot of the time I'm thinking of a scene and there's a quote that a character says that I want to write down. Sometimes it's things that I notice about the world that I want to incorporate into a story or a short story or a poem, like just a tiny tidbit like someone's name, or perhaps like the color of the sky one night and how it struck me. And there's a lot of poetry in here, and there's just random thoughts, and I always leave the date. And I look back through here sometimes for inspiration, and a lot of times I also have sketches in here that just kind of captures exactly what I'm feeling in a moment in my life where I'm not sitting at the computer, but I'm going somewhere. And there's not a lot of time to sit down and reflect, but there is one thing I want to capture forever. And that's what I put in this. I'll be sad when I have to put this little notebook down and get a new one. But it's almost used up now. I've had it since 2019. So I love this journal. This is my on-the-go journal. And every writer should have one of these because ideas are so fleeting, and capturing them is a really important part of having a job or a career or just something that you're super passionate about that involves you capturing ideas all the time. The second type of journal is called 10 Ideas. Mine looks like this. My brother actually gave this to me for my birthday, and I think people just don't know what to buy me sometimes, so they buy me journals, which I always love. What a go-to. He bought me this, and I love it, and I decided that I needed to put something really special in it. So I decided to make this my 10 idea journal. What 10 Ideas is basically a brain hack that allows you to kind of think outside the box, push past the first ideas, and get to the better ideas underneath the surface. What it is really is training your brain to brainstorm effectively and to keep pushing the boundaries of the first thoughts that come to mind. So what I do is, I'm a little bit out of practice right now, but there are long stretches when I'll try to do this every single day because I feel like it really opens up my brain to new possibilities, especially when I'm in the brainstorming phase of writing. And so if you watch some of my vlogs from earlier during the summer, I'm doing this a lot because I really needed to in order to open up my brain to the ideas that I was trying to find for my book. And I did find them, and this was instrumental in that. And how it works is you pick a topic and you decide that you are going to list 10 ideas that fulfill the topic, and you're not going to stop until you hit every single one of those ideas. What this does is it pushes you past the first ideas that come to your mind. Say I have a topic that is 10 YouTube video ideas. As a person who is creating YouTube videos, I'm always thinking of YouTube video ideas, but maybe I have 2 or 3 in my head right now. And when I sit down and I decide, okay, I'm going to think of 10, those 2 or 3 instantly come out. And then I have to sit there and think, oh gosh, what's next? And then I have to search, push myself past what I thought I was capable of thinking before. And this is really, really helpful for creative people to come up with new ideas that you don't rely on them just coming to you and taking the first thing that pops into your brain. You learn how to dig for ideas and be effective at coming up with good ones. And so this is an amazing tool for a writer. So I suggest that you do this because it's not only a practice that can help you sharpen a skill, but what it also is a resource for when I'm struggling with something for a plot or a decision that I need to make for a character. I come to this book and I write down the topic, say so and so needs to make this decision. What are 10 different routes that they could take after this point? And I'll find a good one by writing out 10 or even 20 sometimes. So try 10 ideas. This is awesome. I love this. The third journal that I keep as a writer is a beauty journal. And I do this in place of a thankfulness or gratefulness journal. And I'll tell you why. It's because it makes me feel more creative. And usually it is an act of thankfulness to notice the beauty in my life and to capture it and to put it down on the page. It's an act of saying my life is a wonderful thing and I'm so grateful for it. And instead of complaining or noticing the bad things, I'm going to notice a beautiful thing about my day, even if I had a terrible day. When I'm actually doing the beauty journal every single day, when it's a practice and a habit in my life, I notice beautiful things more often. I've been focused on, okay, I need to find one beautiful thing a day. And so then beauty pops out at me and I feel much more positive about life because I'm not focusing on the negative. I'm trying to find something good. And my beauty journals look like this. This is the one that I have right now. It's really little, and it's again one of those ones that I can kind of bring with me anywhere. And I also, in the past, kept a beauty journal for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, just on my notes on my phone because I liked to just write stuff down whenever I saw it out and about in the world. And the beauty journal that I will use when this one is done looks like this. And my mother-in-law gave this to me. I adore this journal. And since the day that I got it, I have had it marked as my next beauty journal because it is just so gorgeous. It's jellyfish in the ocean and it's got this like metallic painted look. It's so pretty. Anyway, why I do the beauty journal, besides the kind of mental health aspect of being grateful and noticing the beautiful things in your life rather than the bad things in your life, the reason that I do it as a writer is to enjoy beauty and to notice details about the world that are beautiful. And I can kind of use that mindset and put that into my story. I strive personally to have beautiful writing in general. Of course, you want to stay away from purple prose. You want to make your writing effective first and then make it beautiful. But I also want to keep in mind that for me, the joy of writing is the beauty of it. And that's why I also love poetry so much. My personal expression of when I see something beautiful is to turn it into poetry. And so for the last 2 years, having my previous beauty journal that I kind of got too long. And so I started doing it on paper. I have 2 years of poetry. And one day I'm going to go through it all and decide what's good and can be refined and maybe turned into something. But I have so many days of just beautiful things. And sometimes I would also be able to capture a really sad emotion and do it in a beautiful way and kind of count that. And so I kind of have like a one line a day type of journal now for years of my life that is a genuinely beautiful thing to read rather than just a journal where you splash all your thoughts out and it's ugly and it's rough and you're mad and it's got tear marks and all that good stuff that we love to do. But I think it's a unique way of capturing your life, honing your actual prose, and also deciding to notice things about your life that are beautiful. So try out the beauty journal. I really recommend it. I don't think I heard it anywhere. I think it's just something that I decided to do. I was in love one day and I was like, hey, I should think about beautiful things. And then I never stopped. Sometimes that's how it is. And the fourth type of journal that I keep is the one I was just referring to, the messy, splash all your thoughts out, get it out there because it's got to be written somewhere journal. This is what mine looks like right now. I go through these things maybe like one every 9 months, maybe to a year. This one I've been working on for a while because I've been journaling less and writing a lot more prose. But It can be absolutely any type of journal, but I just love the classic with a little clasp. It's so middle school because I honestly literally used something exactly like this in middle school. Go listen to any journaling advice ever and figure out all the benefits for you. But for me, having a place to pour out my thoughts is so instrumental in actually looking at my life and not just allowing life to pass me by. And when you're a writer, you have to tap into deep emotions because those emotions are what people want to read. They're coming to your books craving that deep emotion that's going to give them a feeling they've either never felt before or something that's so intense that they want to come back. They want to feel that thing again, right? So, reading and stories, it's about feeling things. And when I'm feeling disconnected from my own emotions and from what's going on inside my head, or if I feel like there's nothing going on inside my head because it's all like output and I'm just like creating and creating and I feel drained, then I need to come back to my catch-all journal and just write and figure out what's going on up there. And a lot of times when I do that, I'll figure out that there's much more going on under the surface, that maybe there's some burnout or there's discouragement about something else in my life, or maybe there's a relationship I've been neglecting that I need to get back to in order to actually really feel fulfilled in my writing because there's something else in my life that's wrong. And so I always come back here when the writing's not going smoothly, or just when I need to, or when I feel empty or just confused. So every person should have a catch-all journal, and specifically every writer should have one of these so that you can understand yourself and get in your own head before you get in the head of your character. So these are my 4 journals that I keep right now. There have been others in the past. There's a lot of things I've tried, but these are the ones that stick with me because these are important. And these keep my brain sharp, they keep me happy, they keep me writing. I hope you try them out and let me know in the comments below if you've ever done anything like this, if there's a specific type of journal that you keep that helps you as a writer or as a person, and let me know what those are. I would love to try a new journaling technique. I love journaling, and it also just brings me back from the outpouring of volume when you're drafting and back to the beauty of language, which is the thing that drew me to story writing in the first place. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more from me. Stay happy, stay writing. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.